Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Yay. Today the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Stay fabulous, bigger, better, and blessed. If you're new here today, my name is Yay, and my evangelism is flexible. I'm a chosen vessel of the Most High God Himself. Okay, today we're going to be talking about and reading Job 40:21, follow with Ezekiel 13:17, which talks about the false prophets are condemned. And we're going to be reading Matthew 28:17 through 18. Okay. God is saying in the midst of your spiritual warfare. When we look at the book of Job, okay, he his faith has been tested, okay, multiple times where his children has passed away. Okay. People left him, people was condemning him, people were doubting that God was blessing him, and people were convinced that were God was cursing Job because he has lost all these things. There's going to be people, or there's going to be frogs and your friends or your family thinking that your trials and tribulations is a curse from God, but it is not. It's always success after hardships. Okay? God places trials and tribulations in your path to teach you a divine lesson. Okay, he teaches you maturity, spiritual maturity, to follow God and keep his faith no matter what happens, no matter what comes up about. You will keep God's faith. Job's wife, Job's wife told Job to curse God and die because he she was affected about their children leaving or their crops, and everything has been lost. Okay, but Job told his wife that she was foolish to say that, because we shall receive the good hand of God and never the bad. So Job never cursed God with his lips. He called her a foolish woman for trying to say that. Okay, he rebuked her. All right. So the false prophets condemn. Do not let anybody steer you off the path of the narrow road. It's never easy. Okay. So we're going to be reading a Bible verse, Job 40:21. God is talking about solemn faith. Keep your faith no matter what. Okay. A Bible verse where God describes a powerful creature, the behemoth. And I'm going to say creature as that word, okay, because I don't know how to say that. Okay, so resting under locust plants in the marche reeds, illustrating the creature's connection to the aquatic environments and its ability to find shelter and rest in the lush surroundings of the water. Their habitat in nature are the locust plants. The creatures lies under locust plants, which are often found in marshy water, rich areas where fertility and life in ancient Near Eastern culture are. The reeds and marsh. It's also described as being in the shelter of reeds and the marsh, highlighting the preference for aquatic environments and its ability to find concealment and protection in these places. So these creatures hide in there. Once you hide in the shadow, okay, once you hide and abide in the shadow of the Almighty, okay, you're hiding from danger. You knowing that when you hide in God and when you go to that secret place, okay, when you go into that quiet environment, okay, that rest, that God will give you the peace that surpasses all understanding through trials and through tribulations, through your storm, because it's never easy for a person who's following God. It's never easy for a person who is a diehard devoted in the word, in God's presence. Okay? So the purpose for your breakthrough, as we talked about yesterday, is important to have a prayer life, okay, to be steadfast even in the midst of your sufferings, okay, because Job lost everything. Job's friend were mocking him and trying to tell Job that he was cursed by God because he was losing everything, but it was the complete opposite. We have to go through these trials and tribulations. We have to go through these ups and downs, okay? Because God is building us. God is building us on a solid foundation, and he is the cornerstone. He is the stone that holds things all together. He is the one that you should put in the midst of your trials, in the midst of that breakup, in the midst of that failed job application. You should put God in the midst, in the middle of every decision that you made, because he will order your steps. Okay? To trust God alone is to have an important prayer life, have solemn faith. Okay? So, the dominance and peace, the imagery of the creature resting in his habitat suggests its strength, his dominance, and security within its natural environments. So, God's creation, a creation described by God, the creature's peaceful rest in the natural, through sometimes dangerous, marshy home can symbolize a intricate balance and provision of God's creation, even within complex ecosystems. So when you're hiding and you're under the shadow, okay, you're under the umbrella of God, you know that no weapon that formed against you shall prosper. And if they do, they be condemned and thrown in the fiery pits. That means these people, they come up against you. They're trying to say that your life is this. But when you come out of this trial, when you are in the storm, you are still smiling. You are still praising God. You're good. The bad days, the uncertain times, when you lost that job, when you lost that house, when anything that can happen, okay? You call on God and he will restore you double for your trouble. Double because you went through that trial. Double because you did not give up. Double because you never cursed God with your lips when all these people were trying to make you. The devil will put anybody, okay? Mean anybody. Your kids will come up against you. Your spouse will come up against you. Your neighbors will come up against you, okay? People in the workplace will come up. School will come up against you because the devil will tempt you into doing things outside the will of God, but God will test you. He will test you to see your resilience, your patience, your steadfastness in the Lord, okay? The internal strength, the boldness in God, because you boast only in his name and only, okay? For all things works together for those who love Christ. Romans 8:28, okay? So Matthew 28:17-18 talks about, and when they saw him, they worshiped him, but some doubted. And Jesus came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in the heaven and in the earth. So God, when you ask God for something, he will give it to you. It's just on his time. That's why he gives you these trials. So you can preach the gospel, so you can tell other people that what God put you through, he will only see you to it. God will never put anything on your shoulders, nothing that you can bury, nothing that you can carry, okay? And see your way out of it. Just because you don't see your way out of it now doesn't mean there is not a way out. There's always a way out, okay? The only way out that it is, okay, to give you that peace is prayer. Prayer. Go in your go in your secret closet and pray. Pray, cry, be mad, pray, okay? Tear your clothes in front of the Lord, okay? With joy and sorrow and everything in between, snotty nose for the Lord, okay? Because what you are going through is only building you up, because God is the cornerstone. God is the one that is in the midst of your job offer, that new opportunity, that new car, okay, that new child, okay, that new husband, that new wife, okay? Anything that you have been through, you are doing this as a trial, a test from God to share your faith with others, because you have gone through it. Do not let anybody doubt what God has already told you, what God has already placed in front of you, because he told you personally, because you have a personal relationship with God. It says, do not compromise with the world. Stay consistent and serious in your faith. Okay? Respect, a respectful attitude.